Hi, I'm Pastor Sami, and I'm so glad you've decided to join me again for another special message about this week's Gospel reading. This week we get to hear a story about Jesus when he was just a tiny baby, and how two people greeted him the first time that his family went to the temple, which is kind of like when we go to church. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen a new baby come to church the first time and everyone's so excited to finally meet the baby and they're all over the baby and they're saying, "Oh, how cute, oh, how precious." Well, there may have been some of that about Jesus, and I'm sure he was a very cute baby. But he got something that I don't think any other baby has ever gotten. This baby was greeted by two prophets at the temple who had special messages to share with his mom and dad. Now, these messages were really amazing, but also had some mixed message. Some things are really tough, and I hope that you'll talk more about these messages that the prophets shared when you talk together with your family using the resource that your church has provided you with. But what I want to focus on is this one part of the message. It says this. This is from Simeon. He says that Jesus will be a light for revelation to the Gentiles and for glory to your people Israel. A light for revelation to the Gentiles and for glory to your people Israel. That is it's a very short little passage of scripture, but it means that Jesus is here to bless all people. People who are Jewish, who have been part of God's family from the beginning, and also those who are not Jewish, who have been outside of God's promises until now. It's just this tiny little bit of scripture you might have read right over it, but it is so important. And there's this special image that I love that I want to share with you to show how Jesus unites us all together in Jesus Christ himself and unites us to one another. And the thing that brings us together is Jesus. And the way that Jesus brings us together is through love. So I'm going to show you this quick image, and if you use the guide that your church has provided you with, you can try it at home too. Today we're going to grow a rainbow, and it takes a little bit of time, so just hang tight and I will show you how it goes. I just love how that experiment where you can grow a rainbow produces something so different than what you started with. And how this one, maybe I left it inside the water for a little too long, but how the middle, it all starts to blend together and the distinctions kind of fall apart and the things that held them apart really disappear. We have a scripture from Ephesians that says that Jesus breaks down the dividing wall, the hostility between us. And I think that that just goes right along with what Simeon was pointing to. And remember, this is when Jesus was just a tiny little 8-day-old baby. Amazing. It's amazing how God works in this prophet to teach us something about Jesus that's so special. I hope that you will try to grow your own rainbow. If you'd like the instructions for that, you can find that in the guide that your church provided you with. And it takes about 5 minutes, so it's a great time to engage in some of the conversation that is included in that guide just for you about this week's gospel reading you got to hear in church. Merry Christmas. See you next time.